Happy Friday the 13th? I don't know, just another day to me. Um, yeah, coming live. Just I want to swatch these oil-based paint markers because, I've been saying that I was looking for a replacement for my other favorite, um, my only one and only favorite that I have, um, oil-based paint markers that they're when I wanted to buy another set, it keeps saying currently unavailable, so I can't go there. Um, so I was looking and looking and looking for oil-based paint markers. It's really hard. I find that really for some things on Amazon, you really, and even on Google or any kind of search, you really have to really look really hard. It's like picking through things in the bargain basement. I don't know, for those of you who remember those days in the department stores, picking through things in the bargain basement to find something good. Well, it was kind of like that, trying to find something that truly was an oil-based paint marker. And so when I finally found some that had the features I wanted, I ordered them. And I had ordered these a long time ago, got them a long time ago, and my whole thing where I'm just like building up supplies for who knows what. Um, One thing about them now, I don't like that these are just bullet point. And also, well, yeah, the other ones I have to shake too. I like my other ones because it has two sides to the tip. And it has a very, very fine tip, and then it has a broad tip. These don't, but I figure for a backup, okay, we can kind of make it work. So I kind of want to swatch them to see how they work and see how they'll be to work with. They don't have much of a name on them. I don't know what's up with these oil-based paint markers. They never have any real kind of, I don't know. It just says paint marker, 24 pack, oil-based paint markers. Um, and does it say? Okay, it says UK, Canada is where they're made, or I don't know. It's a China symbol though. I don't know if there's some kind of chemical restriction or something regarding paint markers, oil-based paint markers that cause them to be difficult to find. I think that might be the case. Ooh, that's like really got a ball. That okay, let me show you. Here's my other one. Oh, reach back. Really, I'm okay. Let's just get a reach for them. Here's my other ones. I got them in this thing. Um, so these are my other ones. Okay, ball is like a little, and it has this. I love this point so much. It allows you to do so much more. And then it has the broad tip, as I was saying. So I couldn't. It was hard enough to find oil based, and I've been looking for months. Um, so the closest I could find to these were these. So I'm like, okay, well, we'll just go with it. And I think I actually have a set of oil-based paint markers that have a tip more like is this the side? No, more like the fine tip. It's like a single, pen. It's a smaller size pen, like more like this. And there was actually that I had used when I was in that painting class I wound up buying a set, or my professor actually used one on a painting that I had. Because he was drawing in features in the eyes, because there was no way I was going to be able to do that for like oil painting. I was like, it was too much. But he liked what I was doing. He's like, here, we got to do this. We got to do this. He was like so excited. So anyway, so this was the best I could find. And if I could find those, where did I put those other ones? I probably should swatch those too. I think I put them up on the shelf. I can find them, I'll swatch those too. I might as well so I can see what they're like to work with. But these ones really are my favorite, and I'm really hoping I can get another set of these because I love these. I hate it, like I have this, maybe it's like kind of paranoia or something, but I always feel like if I really like something, it's gonna be discontinued. I feel like that's some cloud hanging over my head. Okay, so I've been shaking because I know I gotta shake. So it says shaking the paint pen before using. Do not burn. My goodness, even when empty. Now, who did that? That they had to put this on the label. That's what I'm wondering. Anyway, ink are conforming to the EN 71-3 and ASTM D whatever approved. Oh, that don't mean nothing to me. So what, they're just giving us pictures? Okay, so it says low odor, non-toxic, quick dry, and weather resistant. Now these look like those hardcore kind of paint markers that I used to see, like, I don't know, in random places, like before I ever did anything with painting or anything like that. Just like, kind of industrial kind of places or whatever. Okay, so I gotta look at the picture. Okay, it says shake, press up. Now I can't even see what the. Okay, maybe if I put it as a screen, I wonder if I can see it better. Because I can't see it, like, even with my glasses on. Press up. What do you mean, press up? Press down. Oh, so do I have to. Oh, I have to press down on the tip of the pen. Okay, that's probably just for the first time. I hope so, because I don't want to be getting. I keep shaking it, sorry. That ball in there is like hardcore. Okay, how do these come off? Okay. I've been shaking a lot. Okay, so now press up. How can you press up? I guess press from above because I saw in another pen, like other ones, like they say to aerate it and then press down. So let's press down. Sorry, you can't really see what I'm doing, but I gotta press down though. See, let the ink come out. Yep, it's coming out. You can see there, it's coming out. One thing about this particular bullet point is that the way it's shaped, it kind of gives you some options as far as the line you want from how you hold the pen to the paper. So I was like, I was willing to say, okay, well, for that, maybe then we can like roll with it. Now I want to know, is there shine? Because that's the whole reason why I want the oil-based ones, is because I want shine. Okay, so there's one. There is no color on here, color name. It just is what it is. Let's see, is there shine? Is there shine? Because I want shine. I don't see any. Don't make me cry. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna put these in. I have a, let's do them kind of in some kind of color order. How about that? Okay. I'm telling you, this thing is hardcore. That ball in there. Ugh. Make sure I'm in the camera. Okay, how's it come off? I can't do it on there. Does it? How does it come off? Oh, okay, it's just a cap. Okay, press from above. Don't pardon my cuticles. I always got like horrible looking cuticles. Now I'm gonna press down. I posted some videos to my wall this morning that I was watching, just kind of, I was doing other stuff and thinking about um, starting to paint with acrylics. And they're really good. The second one that I posted about the preparing a canvas, that's like stuff I already know, like, because I learned, we were taught how to actually um, make stretcher bars. Like, they had us using the saw and making stretcher bars. That was something else. So we actually made our stretcher bars, put our stretcher bars together, and then stretched our canvas over the stretcher bars. And I have all the equipment to do that, like to stretch canvas over stretcher bars. And I would just buy stretcher bars of various sizes from Utrecht, which is now a part of Blick. But I would buy stretcher bars of all sizes, and then I have this, I would buy canvas. I have like this big roll of canvas that I have, and I would just cut my canvas out from there, stretch it over the stretcher bars that I made, the frame that I made with the stretcher bars, staple it. You staple it with a staple gun on the back, and then you have to, you do the gesso on it, which actually is kind of fun. But I don't know if I should, like, I don't know, mute while I shake them or not, because that ball is really hardy. But that video, she actually shows how to do that with pre-made and pre-gessoed canvases, which I think a lot of artists even, I think they actually use it. She's an artist and she uses them. And it's very convenient. My thing was that I would paint large, like 24 by 36, sizes like that. So, like, it wasn't, I wasn't going to have that shipped to my house. It was like more money to buy it probably than to make it. So I would always make my own. I'd even make my own smaller ones, but just because I was used to it. But still, and that's what she was showing, was kind of what I was doing with this thing I'm trying out with trying to recycle my pen cases and refills. That even when you get a pre-gessoed canvas, you should gesso it again. And the idea is like she was saying, there is nothing like painting on a smooth surface. It is like, I don't know, it's like heaven. Feeling the paint glide over it, and there's no spaces or anything underneath it where you got to go over it with the brush again or anything like that. But the main thing is that you kind of have this balance of, so it's not going to be as textured as the original pre-gessoed canvas is, because you're going to have layers of gesso on it that you then like sand down after it's dry. And sometimes I don't know, people have their preferences, or according to what they're painting, how many layers of gesso they put on there. But you sand between each one, and make sure, like always, you sand the surface. The last time you do it, you sand that surface too, because you do want it to be kind of rough. You want it to have, but it has more of a very fine tooth to it when you sand it, as opposed to the real, like, deep crevices and things, like on this canvas board. The deep crevices that are on here, I don't know if you can see that, but you know what I mean. You can kind of see it when I shade it. Those deep things, you want to get rid of that. And you want it to have a very fine tooth to it. And let me tell you, it makes such a difference when you're painting. So I want to find that little sander thing that she was using, because I used to use just fine grit sandpaper, and it was kind of annoying. But I like that she has that thing, like kind of like people use for gel nails and things like that. I need to get a sander like that. That looks a lot more convenient than using regular sandpaper that I get at Lowe's. Okay, so where are we going? Do we have shine? I'm having this feeling we don't have shine. We just got pigment and no shine. I don't know. Maybe it depends on the paper. There's a little bit of something showing there. Yeah, and then I was watching. I don't know. Did I post? Yeah, I did. I think I did post all of the videos I watched this morning because there were two by that one woman. Are my arms ashy too? Not exactly. Okay. There was one woman that, like, oh my gosh, her videos are short, to the point, and like I think this is the second set of videos I've watched by her that she really gets right to the point, and she does an example of each thing on one page. I love it. So that page is like my guide for like, um, child, if I ever start acrylic painting. She shows like each effect you can get with acrylic paint and tells like if you're using what medium to use, what brush, how to use the brush or whatever. And she does it really quick. Really quick. I strongly suggest watching that video if you're interested in acrylic painting because yeah, her videos are wonderful. If I can manage it, I will actually post those videos underneath the link to the videos underneath this live because they really are good videos. And that one in particular, I was like, wow, okay, that tells me everything I need to know right now with how I need to approach my first time painting with acrylic paint, like how I want to make the thing look. Hey, Dawn, how are you? Happy Friday. I hope you're doing well, you and your family. Hope things are good where you are. Our weather is very cool up here, but I'm actually happy about it. And I'm really bad because, like, I honestly wouldn't mind if the whole summer were like this. Okay, because I don't know. I'm one of them people. I really don't like the heat. And because of the work I need to do a lot of work in this room, organizing and everything like that. I'm trying to hold off putting the air conditioners in because then I got to rearrange stuff so that my husband can get that in. And I'm just not ready to do that right now. I'm trying to like figure too much stuff out. It's like, no, don't make me move everything now. And then I got to move it so you can like put this thing in the window. Because like I said, I'm trying to recover this room from 2020. And it's not a small thing. From 2020 and from 2020 and not expecting to be working after that happened, and I was called back, and then I was called back in a big way, and then I was given even more. Very unexpected and and that upended my whole world. Not in a bad way, but in this room it did upend it in a bad way. There were all these books that I had to get, and yeah, all this stuff, equipment, and it really changed this space, and I haven't had a chance to get it back to where it needs to be. I don't even know. It's like at the point now where like I'm wondering if I may possibly need a new desk. That's going to be a whole undertaking because this desk has been here for 20 years and it's still holding up, but I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird time for me. Okay, so I used the darker one, right? Did I use the darker one? Oops, I should have been. Oh, you know what? I can tell because of the top. Is it humid there? Yeah, I don't think I think I don't know. The air has been really weird here this spring. Um, because my hair seems like it what I normally um would and wouldn't have to do this time of year with my hair. It's like the same as what I would have to do like late winter. And I'm like, that means like the air is really dry. Um, but it's been raining, so I don't understand how that works. But it has my hair going through some kind of well, my hair is going to do what it's going to do, and I just have to do what it wants. But it's like I actually used um, Jamaican black castor oil in my hair last night. It's like I usually don't need to use that this time of year. Yeah, it's 61 degrees here. What's the humidity? I don't know how to read this thing anymore. 9%. Yeah, so there's like no humidity, basically. Yeah, this is weird for this time of year. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, and it's been raining a lot. We had like flood warnings, and but the thing is, it's drying up really fast. Even though we would get a lot of rain, it's like the ground is dry. It's like what? I just don't understand it. Excuse me for that sound. Um. Okay. So. So this morning, I kind of like I don't know, thinking about watching those videos, and even though they were helpful, it started making me feel like, man, I just want to oil paint. Because it's like learning a whole nother set of stuff can be kind of annoying. Have I said that word more than once in this live so far? And we're only 20 minutes in. If I have, I apologize. I yeah, I started thinking that it's like, oh, goodness gracious. Because you need certain tools around you, certain things around you when you're painting. And I'm trying to figure out how am I going to do that in this small space? And then if I'm going to go and do things downstairs in my, what has been traditionally my normal painting space where I have room, well, I might as well oil paint. But there's no room down there. That's the thing. Until my husband finishes that room, I can't. Why do they look the same? Maybe they won't when they dry. And this is another thing that made me think more about oil painting again. Oh my gosh, yeah. I remember that there was, yeah, we've had those. I remember those. Oh my gosh. It's like every weekend it would rain. Sunny during the week, and on the weekend it rained. Like, how are you going to go to the New York State Fair in the rain? How are you going to go to like all the festivals and things that they have in the summer in the rain? I hate going to festivals in the rain. I don't know. I know you should enjoy whatever it is whenever it is, but it's just mostly the bathrooms, I think, is what, it's what bothers me the most. Porta potties and things, everything that smells is going to smell more when it rains. Hey, Vibrant. Happy Friday. Which one I'm doing this one first. So, and I started thinking, when I started running that whole thing through my head about painting and like, well, you might as well oil paint and all that other kind of stuff. I was like, oh, well, that's the reason why I color in coloring books. That's the whole reason why, because I can't paint downstairs. I can't do big and messy like I can in that space. Um, and yeah, can't do big and or messy like I can in my designated painting space, because it's set up just for that. So there's nothing there that I'm important or anything that I'm messing up. Everything that's there is stuff for me for painting, and I'm far away from anything else being disturbed. And that's why I love that space so much. And yeah, I was trying to think, how the heck am I going to use acrylic paint up here? I'm going to have to be very careful, cautious. I'm going to have things set up for somehow for easy cleanup, but I can't get anything on any of the stuff that I work on for my job. Now, how's that going to work? This is not built to be that kind of a multi-use space. So I don't know. Why do these all look the same? Oh, the other thing that made me think again about oil painting was when in one of those videos, okay, I'm not exactly going straight, am I? Oh, wow. That's why some people draw lines, but guess what? That's too much like work. Um, in one video, the woman who was doing the canvases, the first video I watched about her from, I think she was talking about mixing paint. That was it. Really, really good video because really good. Um, but she was talking about how with acrylic paint, it dries darker, I think she said, darker than what goes down initially. And I think that really tipped the scale for me. I just got kind of annoyed with that. Okay, there's that word again. Because I feel like, don't be messing with my color. When I pick a color, I pick it for a reason. It's like, don't be messing with my color, making it darker or lighter or nothing else like that. And I don't have to worry about that with oil paint. It is what it is, exactly as I put it down. That's what it is, exactly as I mixed it. That's what it is. I don't have to second guess and think of how it's going to look on the canvas. So that kind of made me go like, oh, I'm glad she said that. That was really important. That's really important. But now that's something to think about when you're mixing paint, is that you're mixing it to be this color, but it's going to dry darker. So it almost seems to me like then it's going to take a little bit of time of working with them to figure out how much darker. And then you kind of eventually you tweak um, your process as you're mixing paint. You'll know better of how to mix that color or choose that color. Um, but it's like, oh no, it's getting too much like having to think too hard. I don't want to do that. I have to think too hard for too many other things. It's like I work with color to relax. And that's another reason why I color in coloring books. I don't have to think too hard and I can relax. So I think I figured out the reason why I color in coloring books and coloring pages. Yeah, they said so like whatever paint you choose in acrylic paint, it dries darker than how the paint initially looks when you put it on the page. Yeah, that kind of freaked me out. Honestly, when she said that, that kind of freaked me out. I was like, "Oh my god!" Like the world was coming to an end or something. It's like, no, no, that's evil. That's evil. That really flipped out. I really am going like way like. Wee. Okay, I gotta level out, or I'm gonna be on the wires there. So I really gotta. I'm wondering if there's a way to alter that, like if you add certain mediums to the acrylic paint, if it changes that factor at all. I don't know. Because I know there's things you can add, like to make them glossy or whatever. So I'm wondering if any of those would change that factor with it, which is probably something I can investigate if I'm really serious about keeping the same color. But so I learned a lot from those three videos. A lot. I'm really glad I watched them. Particularly the one with the well, I learned something that I don't know. I don't know if I'd ever need it unless I really go hardcore with acrylic, but the one thing that I learned from the preparing, the painting surface or whatever, is what she does, because what that particular artist does, because she um paints like realistic pictures or whatever. And so to do that, she needs a particular undertone to her picture so that it has a realistic look with the entire picture when she's done. And like she mixes a certain kind of orangish brown color with her gesso when she's preparing her canvas. And that's her underpainting. And then she paint, of course it dries, and then she paints over that. I thought that was interesting. Something interesting to think about. Let's see, where do we want to go? Yes, I learned a lot from them. So now I keep thinking, well, what am I going to do with, what am I going to do with the, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'm just kind of like, okay, well, just let the Lord lead you. I got the stuff. There must be something I'm supposed to do with it. So, and the first thing that comes to my mind, really, what I love to paint when I don't know what to paint, are still lifes. I love painting still lifes because they're so kind of meditative that you just kind of sink yourself into what the object is and, paint what you see. I love that. It's just thinking about how could I set up a still life on this desk? Or do I just use anything on this desk to do a still life? That would be kind of crazy. But, take what's right at hand. But see, it's really hard because this is my workspace. So it would be hard to keep it the same all the time. Unless, I don't know, I have to think about that, how I would do that. Unless I did some kind of one object thing, but I want to paint more than one object. What's going on with these guys? Yeah, see, they don't seem to have any shine. I don't like that. Oh, I see a little bit. So it might just be the paper. But because of the paper, it's not giving me that. Let me do one of these. What's a color I don't use that much? Let's try this on here and see. It's interesting. This goes on a little differently. Let's see if that gives us any kind of... Let me see, that doesn't really show shine either. So I think it's just the paper and maybe that it's not quite dry yet. Did we do this one? No, not yet. Oh, that hurt. My nails really look awful. I cut them down because I wanted to play guitar. And then it seems like every time I cut my nails down, I don't really pay attention to them too well. But I've been trying to pay attention while rubbing oil into my cuticles regularly. But I think the past couple days I haven't been diligent about that. And I want to get to in my head, I kind of want to get to my Zentangle supplies because I feel like that's a good way to work small that somehow works with my brain and also works with the idea of coloring books because it's about line, Line. I know, forgive me for my talking. My braces are bracing and they're messing up my speech. Hey, Taylor, happy Friday. Just swatching some oil-based acrylic markers to see how they work. You know what I can use them on. And 4. We'll find out if they'll be a good replacement for my other ones that keep saying they're currently unavailable. Currently unavailable. For months. Currently unavailable. Okay. The paint flows nice out of these. That's what I'm noticing. Because when I did this one with my old markers, I had to work harder. And I don't use this color. I don't know if I've ever used it at all. It's pretty heavy too. So I don't think I've really used this at all. And I had to work to get that there. I don't have to work so hard to get these here. So it's one bonus. One bonus. So Taylor, I took my codfish out the freezer to try and make them fish balls. And they're not thawing out fast enough for me, so I think what I'm going to do is season them tonight and put them in the fridge. And then I asked my husband today, I says, where can we get a good fish fry? Because places here always be changing all the time. So I says, where can we get a good fish fry? Go get us a good fish fry. So he's out on the hunt. Let's see. There was one place that we always used to go to get, order out from and stuff to get her, things like that. Good takeout. They used to have awesome burgers. It's like they just, okay, pardon my language, but I do live in the country. It was like they just, That sounds kind of gross, though. But they grow beef around here. Let's just put it that way. Um, but they changed hands, and now they're, I don't know where they get their stuff. It ain't right. Is this more red than that? This looks kind of pink. I'm going to do this one first. I be trying. Ooh, child, I made something the other day, though. I had to put it straight in the garbage. Well, not straight in the garbage. I actually put it in the refrigerator overnight. And because I didn't want to go through the trouble of what I'd have to do to put it in the garbage. Let me tell you that story. Okay, so like I will never I will try this again, but I'm not gonna do it the way I did it. I'm gonna do it differently. I had a couple chicken thighs and I wanted to make like a, like cold chicken and macaroni salad. And I wanted it to have the chicken flavor. And I heard about people like boiling their pasta in chicken broth to get that flavor. So I thought, well, let me do that. But me trying to cut corners, I thought, well, if I leave the macaroni in the chicken broth, it's going to absorb it on its own without me boiling. So let me just do that because I was like, well, I can do other things while I'm waiting. I had to be sitting there watching pot and all this whatever. Chow turned into a whole like all the starch you ever need and no, all the starch you could ever have but would never ask for. It basically turned to mush. And the sad part about it is the flavor of the other stuff I put in there because I did go that far, like because I wasn't sure what was going to happen with this. I had the scallions in there and the celery and all this other kind of stuff, and onion powder and this and that and the other. The flavor and the smell was really good, and oh my god, that texture and like it was like it looked like bad potato salad. Like when you can't see any chunks or anything in it. You could not see macaroni. You saw mush. Smelled good, but it was total mush. And I put it in the fridge overnight because I said, well, maybe when it's cold, maybe it might be something. I don't know. No. Mm-mm. I put that in a plastic shopping bag and then put it in the bottom of the garbage can. The whole thing. But the other good part of it was that actually at the same time, I also made seasoned rice. Because I was trying to make two meals, so we have one for this, one for that. Well, I wound up with a big pan of seasoned rice that turned out really good. Um, and I had that with avocado. There's the chicken bits in the seasoned rice. There would have been more chicken bits if I didn't put them in that failed macaroni salad. But yeah, so next time I will not pinch. try to get away with doing less, and I will just measure out the chicken broth, let it cool enough, measure out the chicken broth, bring it to a boil, and boil the macaroni in there while I'm watching it. Take it out right away when it's al dente, like you're supposed to. Child, I don't know what I was thinking. I know what I was thinking. I was thinking I got other things to do. I don't want to be sitting here watching a pot and doing this and that and the other. Oh well. Dun, 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 dun. So fish fry today from takeout. I'll make my fish balls tomorrow. And I almost had thought about making patties from it. which I don't know, I still may do, but I just want to make sure they're really crispy all around if I do that. And I don't feel like doing that much thinking today, that's for sure. And I don't know that I'm going to feel like doing that much thinking tomorrow either. So I may just do the balls because then I can easily deep fry them and not have to think too hard. Ooh, this is hurting my thumb. I'm getting a dent in my thumb. Okay, I'm just going to go. We'll go backwards. I got a few more to do. I'm going to go back this way. Like a lefty, I think. I put all of my color pencils away yesterday after I finished the gnome page. Okay, that's bonus that I did that. So now I'm kind of thinking about, okay, so what do I want to do next? Do I still want to do something with colored pencils or do I want to do something else? I have a lot of whips, and so I keep thinking you shouldn't start something else, but then I'm like, I can do what I want. It's mine. I can do what I want. Oh, do I want this one? Let me look at it. I got 3. I don't think I want to do this one first. Which one looks more red? Because I'm going to go into the purple. Oop, gosh. Which one looks more purple? How are we doing this? I think go this way? Or this way? Or this way? Let's see how many ways we can turn it. I think this has more red. I don't know. It's between this one and this one. But this has more brown, I'm thinking. And that's where we're headed after, so I'll do that. Lilac. I need to find those other ones, the small ones. Let's see, I haven't been quick to break out with those small oil-based markers because I'm pretty sure they stink. And I don't want to deal with any smells. I'm not in the mood for that. Ever. So why do I have them? It's like, well, they had a small diameter tip. My other fascination besides lilac. That's juicy. I was actually thinking about also just covering one of my cracker boxes, empty cracker boxes, with that fabric that I got from that coworker. These fabric pieces, just to see how it works. because I have the glue, the fabric glue and stuff like that, and I was to see like, okay, what can we do with this? How can we do that? I don't know. Do I want to? Okay, I'm going this way. That seems kind of weird though. Why does it seem more like? But I gotta go to brown. That's the thing. Okay, let's look at the colors. Let's look at the colors. Let's look on the other side. What is that? It's almost the color of baby's first poop. Except theirs is usually a little more orange. And a little more orange to it. Sorry. I just remember when one of my cousin-in-laws, when I was there when her daughter had her first poop, and I had to console her. She was like crying. I was like, it's okay. It's okay. She says what I'm thinking, and like, I'm hoping it didn't hurt her and whatever. I'm like, I don't think it hurt her. You see how loose that is? I don't think it hurt her. That's not what I said to her. Not in that way. But that's how I was thinking it. I don't think that hurt her. You see what that looked like? I don't think that hurt her. To an older cousin. The wife of one of my older cousins on the Jamaican side. I've been thinking a lot of my older cousins lately, particularly on my mother's side, the American side, because man, Sly Stone died the other day, and you just mentioned Sly Stone, and I think of all my older cousins from when I was little, and they were like in their 20s. And in that going in that transition between the permed hair and rollers, and or natural hair and rollers, and big rollers, the scarves, and then going to the afros and the big earrings, the psychedelic clothes, listen to Sly Stone, Curtis Mayfield. I don't know. This brings me to like just gives me this whole picture of them, my older cousins. Yeah, he was very, man. I don't know if he really gets if he's gotten all the recognition he deserves, but I guess lately, like in the past, I don't know, maybe the past 10 years, people have kind of been putting the spotlight on him and how innovative he was, and the things he was doing were. And I remember like when we had moved out to the suburbs, ugh, hated it. And one of the guys I wound up being in a band with, a white guy, when he would pick me up for band practice and stuff, and um his parents were divorced. His father was a music teacher, And he was telling me that like his mom, the first concert he ever went to, his mom took him, and I can't remember how old he said he was. He was really young, maybe 7 years old, and it was Sly and the Family Stone. I was like, oh yeah, you gonna be my friend. You are gonna be my friend. He was a bass player. So bonus, I'm Jamaican. You're a bass player. Your mom took you to Sly and Family Stone, and that was your first concert ever. All right, we're thinking of the same wavelength. Boy, that's big. Big purple. Okay. I still keep trying to to find the recording of Little Sister that I remember as a kid. I don't know where I heard it and why that's how I remember it. But when I find the recordings on YouTube, it's like, no, that's not the version. And I'm thinking I may have heard a version on a television show or something. I don't know. Or maybe it was a live concert thing. Not a live concert I was at, but some recording of a live concert or something. I really want to find that version. Maybe it'll pop up someday. Maybe I should ask the Lord to show it to me. I don't know why I haven't asked already. I say, can you help me find that? Or why answer to me why I remember the song in the way I do? Not that I don't like the versions that I hear, but there was something very distinct about the one that I remember. And I really want to hear it again. Oh, did I do that wrong? Oh, I kind of wanted that to be near the brown. That's a lot lighter than it seemed like it was going to be. And that looks shiny, actually. That's got a little bit of shininess to it. Not that I don't like that, but I don't like how it looks scratchy. I need to do some big and bold coloring, or bold and easy coloring too. That's something I haven't done in a while. Oh well. Maybe I'll do white. Silver? I don't know. I kind of messed it up. You know what I'm going to do? So, I still need to do the brown. Let's do the brown first. Oh my gosh, I want to stop using my thumb. It's like I need a thimble to touch the top of this. It's pointy. I'm going to get the color. That ball and these pens, they're not playing. They're like, we will mix the paint. Oh, I need to finish my frog from Enchanted Forest. That's one thing I need to do. It's kind of almost done, I think. One thing I know that I feel that I'm trying to do the acrylic paint thing. One reason I think I'm trying to do that is because of those Jasmine Beckett Griffith books. Because I feel like they need something elevated from, your regular coloring. And so I feel like acrylic paint might be the thing. So I shouldn't try to rush it. Really, just let it be. Don't try to say, like, you have to do this and you have to do it now. No, I don't have to. I have it for a specific purpose. Ooh, that hurt. And I feel like I also need to find some other textures of paper as well that work with different kinds of mediums for PDFs for coloring pages. Because, like I said, those colors pencils work so well on that Astro Bright paper. Now it's kind of like I don't want to use anything else. Everything else seems like, that I use on there seems subpar. And ooh, that's a nice bronze. That's pretty. Do this one. I didn't do this one. I'll do the gold. How the medium goes down on the paper really is it's a thing for me. It's like the sensation, and it's like why I like oil painting. And oil painting, like when I prepare the canvas, the feeling of the way the viscosity, the thickness, or whatever of the paint and how it goes down and how it goes onto the canvas, it's like I don't know, it's like an experience, a sensation that's just really, I don't know, that, and then putting the color, that color comes out of it. And I think I feel the same way with colored pencils. Oops, I forgot to turn the sound down on it. Is that my husband telling me what he got? Or asking me? Hold on one second, just in case. I thought I could do this like this. Can I? Got it sitting up here. And so I think that's really a consideration for me with whenever I'm doing anything with color. It's about that paper. Okay, no, it's not for pen. And so I want to find some different texture paper that are the best to work with whatever medium I'm working with, that I can actually use to print PDFs on of coloring pages. Because if I don't like how it feels with whatever pencil or whatever it is going on the paper, I don't want to finish the page. I've noticed that about me now. I see that's a thing with me. Wow, this gold is nice too. Okay, they might be my go-tos for gold for metallics. Because maybe with the silver. Oh, there it is. Yeah. So I do have some like pure white kind of paper that I got like a small thing of. I've been afraid to like try it. I can't remember why. Maybe because of the cost. And I'm like, I want to make sure whatever it is I want to be on, whatever it is I put on there, I want to make sure I want it to be on there. But I think I'm going to have to test something out on there to find that out. So maybe I'll do that today or this weekend. Because I feel like as long as I'm coloring pages on Astro Bright with pencil, I'm just going to keep using the colors. Which maybe isn't a bad thing. Because there's some books that I really don't like to use them in. So I can use the other pencils in those books. Oh, why are you falling? Mono glue. Okay, so black and white. Maybe we can make them smaller. We should do the white first. I would have had enough space if I hadn't put that there. I don't even have a way to name these things because they don't really have a name. Paint marker. That's what they're called. This is pretty much, that's what's on these. Paint markers. Only difference is there's an S on this. Okay, like what do we do with that? Okay. How do you know? Okay, I think I see it a little bit. There we go. It's white. Just like the paper. Okay, I can kind of see it. I'm going to put this by it. And so another food project I have going on, which like reminds me I need to look up again the kind of the ratio of things with it. I want to make some jam or preserves out of dried fruit. Like I have some craisins, and so I want to make some jam out of that. Ouch. So I gotta look up how to do that. I don't know. I may have to make whatever it is, because I don't think I want as much sugar in there as probably a jam would require in order for it to set and be able to sit in jars. Hey Jill, happy Friday. So I may have to freeze it, put it, like kind of like how people do freezer jam or whatever, because I don't really want a whole lot of sugar in it. And sometimes you need, like, especially if you're going to use pectin, you need to have a whole lot of, a lot of whatever to make it set. And I don't know if I want to go that route, so I got to think about that. But the thing is, I used to eat a lot of craisins before I got my braces. And like most of the time I really can't eat them now because they just kind of stick in them, and in some cases they might actually take one of the brackets off or something. So I have to find something to do with them. The craisins I had in the cupboard.
You're all set.
Okay, thank you. Yep. That means fish fries here. I just did the black. Okay, let's see. Do we see any shine? Let me put these back in here for now. Sorry. And I got my phone falling down. Don't do that. And sorry for yelling. Oops. I forget where I am. Yep, one line down. Is that it? Yep, that's it. So let me just write on here what these are. Old. Paint. These are new oil paint markers. I'm not being fancy about this, obviously. Okay. Is there something else I had? What was it? It just came to my mind. I don't remember what it was. No. So I guess I'm gonna stop here so I can go eat. Because all I had today so far was what these markers are loud. They are like, look at how they rattle in there. It's like they do a whole lot. So I guess I'm gonna stop there so I can go eat. Because all I had today was like just a pack of peanut butter crackers and iced tea, which like I still have some of it here. That's not much. So I need to eat. There was something. Oh, I was gonna show the mythographic page. I could show that. Then I don't know where I'm at with it, but I did some work in it last night. And I like where it's going, but I'm not sure what else to do. Well, I do know what to do, but maybe I don't feel like doing it. I don't know. There's probably one more. Well, I added gold. This gold acrylic marker. Those, what are they called? They got that weird name, SOC something. They're not Sioux Color. There's some other kind of wacky name, and I can show you the package, but I don't know what's going to happen if I try to do that. Things are going to fall. Yeah, so I did gold on here. Oh, I need to do that thing too. So I kind of been putting gold accents. I'm trying not to go too far with it. Like, get crazy with it. I don't know if that's showing it or not. Oops, I didn't even do that. And So that's what I'm doing with it. I'm kind of trying to stick with the thing, like less is more. So I'm not trying to add a whole lot of colors or anything to it, and trying to restrain myself without it being boring. I don't know. I got a little scared when I started doing down here, and I thought, wait a minute. But then I thought, oh, well, you don't have to have that everywhere. So just let it kind of, you know, let it ride in some places. Don't touch that. Just leave it alone. Let it be. Um, so I added gold accents like to the lettering and or pictures in the book, to the outside of the book. I put a little bit on this thing. I didn't want to do a lot because I don't want to overdo it. So I did some on that. Um, and I did this, whatever this is, rope or something on the arrow. So then I need to finish the rest of the arrow. I need to do his feet. I need to do some things on him, like here. And there's a couple of these feathers I missed, like this one. And there's one up here, so I need to do those. And I use the ChromaFlows on this, so at least I know what pencil I use. So I can go back to that pencil. Yeah, I love that raisin. The Derwent ChromaFlow raisin. I love that pencil. Period. And so it's like the yellows, and then I put the raisin over it. Yeah, so, oh, I need to do his beak. I actually used one color, the purple, to kind of darken this, and it made all the difference to me in this picture. Now, I don't know I don't know if it's because the color worked well on top of the ChromaFlow. I think that might be the case. But I was surprised that it did as much as it did, and it shifted it for me. So I like outlined his face a little bit because it was just kind of looking too. I don't know, something about it was like just too bland or something to me. And so I used that there and here and in here, and it just made all the difference for me. So I have to do some work up here on his feathers too. And I use on his feathers, the purple part, I use like the periwinkle kind of blue. I'm not sure if that's what it's called in that set or not. The ChromaFlows. I use like that periwinkle blue, and then I use two purples, a light one and then the dark one. At least two. I think I used a third one a little bit in here, and I was kind of like, nah, be careful with that one because it had a lot of red in it, and I was like, we don't really want too much of that going on. So I'm kind of almost finished with this one, I think. So that'll be good. That'll be one down. How many pages are in this book? I got a long ways to go. I got a lot to do. I don't know. Did I see Bubbles? Did I say hi to Bubbles? Hey, Bubbles. I'm sorry. I saw you, and then I saw it, and then I don't remember if I said anything. Well, all they're called are oil-based paint markers. That's it. That's all they say. They got a really hefty ball inside each pen that mixes the paint. I'll tell you that, and they flow really nice. And they're a good size marker too. But these are markers I was looking for to replace, or like to be a standby or whatever to these. I love these so much because they have the dual tip, and one tip is like a really fine tip. These are only have, is this thing really on? These only have the bullet point, but it is, as it says here, it says 2.0 to 2.8 millimeter, and it is kind of, I don't know, I'll have to try it when I'm coloring with it, but it does have, it's angled kind of, so that you can probably work out a different kind of line depending on how you hold the tip to the paper. I mentioned that I put some videos on my wall about acrylic painting with acrylic. that I think are really, really, really useful. Especially that one where the woman, she has like a page and she does, I think she has 12 different swatches basically of technique with acrylic. And she does them right in the video, and the videos were really short. She's got that right balance of information and demonstration, and just very concise, I guess is the way you call it. Is just incredible. I've watched another video of hers too that is the same way. I saved them to my playlist as well. And that playlist is public. It's coloring ideas and supplies. So if you want to look at that playlist, there are 3 videos that I just added to there, but they're also on my wall today. Yeah, so I was working on this a little bit, just adding that gold and a little bit of darkening purple. I think I was thinking, what do I need to do with these color pencils before I put them away? Because I feel like I need to change to something else. Then I was working on this, and this is like a work in progress. I'm kind of at that point where I'm kind of at that point where it's like, oh my, what have you done? But I'm a little bit over that hump where it's like, okay, I can kind of see where this is going, and then now I got to work with where it's going. But I don't know exactly where it's going. Does that make any sense? You know how that is when you're not sure, you like something, you feel something. But like this whole light and dark thing, I want that to be happening in here. And so I think that also means that I have to darken, because before I put this blue in, the red, I had already worked on darkening the red and it looked darker. And the yellow, and it looked darker, but now that I have the blue in there, it doesn't look as dark. So I got to figure out, at least it doesn't to me. So I got to figure out now what I'm going to do to bring that balance back, and then what I'm going to do really with the background. If I'm going to add something else, I don't know. I'm kind of feeling that. I'm always feeling that pearlescent thing going on. But I try not to default to shiny and shimmery and iridescent, but sometimes it is what's needed. But I don't know if that's what's needed for here. Sometimes I feel like that's a shortcut to not really work with whatever it is and figure something else out. And I just thought of something too that while I have these out, shoot, where did I put them? It's hold on. Oh, hoping everything doesn't come crashing down. Because I just realized while I'm swatching that I haven't swatched these yet. And so maybe I should do that on the same page. So I think I'm going to do that on the same page here. I don't know. What's up? It's getting on my nerve. Okay. Let me close this guy. So I guess that's why it takes me a while to finish the page. Because I wait to see, what does the page need? What does it want? You know? I don't want to just put something there just to put it there. And I think I treat it kind of like I would treat a painting. I just like, if I'm not getting, if whatever it needs is not coming to me, I'm going to stop working on it and mull it about until something, and then when something comes to me of what to do with it, then I'll do it. Okay, so LIquitex. Can you believe I'm swatching? But I'm not swatching pencils. Acrylic. Marker. Iridescent. That's what I thought they were called. I didn't see that on the... Okay. Yeah, that's what it is. Iridescence. And so, what are we starting with? Wait, is this the one that's... What colors? Oh, hello. Okay, so those are the colors. And what does this say to do? Shake well before use. Press down nib several times. Replace cap after use. Store in horizontal position. Okay. So don't store them, scan it up. I got a case for them. I might put them in the case with those other ones. They can be together. How do we open it? I still have to go hunting through my house to see if well, not through my house, through that painting area, to see if I have any pre-gessoed canvas. Because to my memory, I thought I had some, and it's kind of folded up, so it'll be easier to deal with than me dealing with that big roll of canvas I have. But water-based acrylic, light, fast, permanent, burnt umber. Okay, so again, it said shake well, press down nib several times. Okay. It says more than one ball in there. How well is well? Does the top come off? Okay, there we go. Chisel tip. Oh, it's supposed to press down the nib. Press down nib several times. Ooh, it hurt. I swear I need a... My thumb hurts from doing that so much. Ooh, excuse me. Enough. We're gonna find out. Probably should do it underneath, huh? I'm gonna mess up the nib. Can I mess up the nib? They have like a whole set of these, which is interesting, that aren't iridescent, which I kind of find intriguing. Okay, so how do you know if it's iridescent? I don't see any yet. Did I not shake it enough? Oh no. We'll find out. Store horizontally. Oh, I see sparkles kind of, but it's got to dry. Okay. Now we're going to do the gold. Probably means I need to start using these since I'm opening them. I don't know. And then too, I think you do have to wait for them to dry to really see the color. These guys are nice though, and they feel so soft. These feel scratchy, but these feel soft. I don't know why that is. I don't know when we're going to see iridescent. Ooh, I think I detect a slight smell. It's not drying fast, that's for sure. It's taking a little bit of time. Who's that? Here it comes. I don't know, maybe what they mean by iridescent and what I mean by iridescent are two different things. I don't know. I guess that's the other thing I get to say a lot today. Oh no. Oh no. Must have sparkle. I like sparkles. I don't know why. I don't like sparkles on my clothes. I don't like standing out. But I like sparkles on paper. Sometimes you just need bedazzling. Okay. It's really strong. Okay. They also have iridescent medium for. Well, now, why did that other one not hurt and this one does? Oh, you know why? Because I went. If I go from the downward slant side, it doesn't hurt. That helps. Don't mind my ugly looking thumbnail and cuticles. I need a manicure. I've been working a lot this week, so it wasn't a good time for a manicure. Get my little hand things though. That I need to use one of those. Maybe I should do that tonight. These things, commercial. The hand mask, where like you put the thing on, just like she's got that glove on, and you let it stay on for a while, and then you massage it into your hands or whatever. I don't know. They say you should use it once a week. It's like, yeah, right. Not for the cost of them. I don't think so. It's just a treat for me. Yeah, I'll do that tonight. Okay. That's a nice sturdy tip, I'll tell you that much. I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't mind having a whole set of these guys. This tip kind of gives you options, you know? And this way, these are kind of better than, they might be better than having oil-based markers, honestly. So who knows? Maybe that's really the way I'm trying to go and I didn't know it. Get them open stock at Blick. Okay, except you have to know how to not have that bubble at the end. That would help. Oh my gosh. I need marker skills. That's evident. Okay. Let's go. Oh, okay, you're not supposed to roll out on me. So I think I'll be putting all these in the same box. So I don't know if they're iridescent, but they're metallic. I don't know if it's because of the paper or what. This one I don't see nothing. Maybe I need to shake this one more, which I will do later. Okay, that looks really shiny from the generic paint marker. So, and that was one thing that I liked about these is that they would be shiny. So I can get shiny. I just gotta figure out how I get shiny, because not all of these are shiny. Some have a little bit, and some don't seem to have any. And this one has a lot. And you know what? I let this one was dry, and then I went over it again. So I wonder if that's what made it shiny. So maybe that's how I need to do with these. Which, like, I need to make a note. Where did my pen just go? writing a whole freaking essay. That's the only way I'm going to remember, though. Otherwise, I'm going to be like, what? What am I trying to say? And I just got to say the whole thing. Okay. Okay. So that's it for me for now. I don't know. I may be back on later coloring. And I'm going to eat. Thanks for joining me. See you all later. Bye bye.